Well, this is an interesting combination. Let's see what happens. No point in me talking so much. Let's jump right into the news. It's not news, it's just a music video. Okay,
here's the problem with America. The country is broken, cause they minds stay closed, but they mouths stay open. Get attacked and we blame terrorists. Go broke and we blame the price. Blame racists for the racism, but only if his skin is white.
Okay, we're going down this track. Get attacked and we blame terrorists. Go broke and we blame the price. Well, the terrorist bar, maybe he's talking about when something happens, the media or whoever it is tries to blame a certain group, and a terrorist may be, I don't know, black people, Mexicans, the caravan, or whoever, right? There's a terrorist that's terrorizing us. I don't know, maybe he means something else. Two, people blaming the price when they go broke. But what I think he means is people poorly managing their money. Instead of focusing on how they're spending it, they focus on the wrong thing.
If we don't need guns because we can call the police, we don't need fire extinguishers, call a fireman please. You didn't want to build a wall and now the border is weak. Your favorite actor has a gate that's like 15 feet. Racism is gay, if you're offended, that's retarded.
Here we go again. Mr. Thomas got me again. Okay, so there is a huge debate on banning guns in the US, right? And, you know, I can understand the gripes, but in my opinion, I don't think banning guns overall will solve anything. There is a way to do it, but I can't give you that answer. I'm just a YouTuber. Tom can't give you that answer. He's a rapper. I don't know who has the true answer, but someone out there does, and we got to find them, right? Because everybody's going to be up in arms. No pun intended. I can get what he's saying here, like to try to connect the logic between the two. But what I gotta kind of part ways a little bit is like a fire extinguisher isn't generally used to harm people. It's used to take out fires. A gun is used to either suppress a threat or harm someone if, you know, that's what you're using it for. So those two, I can see the logic that he's trying to connect, but in my opinion, it didn't really work too well.
Actor has a gate that's like 15 feet. Racism is gay, if you're offended, that's retarded. Intolerance is great until you speak and you're a target. If a white man paints his face black, he's a racist piece of garbage, but you put him in a dress and he's courageous and he's gorgeous.
Intolerance is great until you speak and you're a target. That bar, I want to focus on that a little bit. It's like you're pointing the finger at this guy for, I don't know, having a belief that you don't hold and saying he's wrong for it when you don't want your views to be considered intolerant because you're okay with it. If you wear blackface, it's a problem. White man wears a dress, then everybody calls him beautiful and brave. Those two, they kind of don't align because, I mean, anyone can wear a dress, right? It's not attached to a specific race, but the blackface thing, it has more racial history to it, kind of making fun of black people, right? But this is what it's generally used for from the beginning. Like the movie White Chicks, if you look back at it, even though it was comedy, that's basically the same thing as blackface. It's just because white people weren't oppressed, they don't think it's an issue, but I could see why that's an issue, just like blackface would be an issue, if you get what I'm saying. Maybe a different example would have made more sense for that blackface and then somebody wearing a dress, because those two things don't really connect. But I could kind of see where he was going with that. Let me, you know, share your thoughts on that down below. Let's go.
Intolerance is great until you speak and you're a target. If a white man paints his face black, he's a racist piece of garbage, but you put him in a dress and he's courageous and he's gorgeous. All these double standards, man, I'm tired of the noise. Freedom's an illusion if they censor your voice. Call a dad a deadbeat for neglecting his boys, but a mom kills a baby and you call it pro-choice.
Oh! Okay, freedom's an illusion if they censor your voice. Like, imagine a Zoom call, right? You're talking, you're having like this full-on debate, and then you realize, you look down and it's muted. Yeah, freedom, but you don't realize somebody has their finger on the mute button, so you're just talking to yourself.
Call a dad a deadbeat for neglecting his boys, but a mom kills a baby and you call it pro-choice.
If a woman decides to get rid of a child, they can do so without the permission of the father to be, right? It doesn't matter what he thinks about it. The mom could bring a child into the world knowing that the father will not be involved in that child's life. The life isn't gonna be as easy if that person had two parents in the house. That pro-choice thing is like, yeah, pro your choice, but what about the guy's choice? I guess he's not important. When you say neglecting his boys, that means he's neglecting. That's an action. You don't just neglect by accident. Like, oh crap, I accidentally neglected my child. You choose to do that. You choose not to be a part of that kid's life. Now, the situation that happened before that, you did whatever you had to do to bring this child into the world. Even if it wasn't favorable, you made the decision. So you gotta be an adult and take care of what you planted. Even if, you know, it's just monetary, because that child is gonna suffer. That's what I'm saying.
Mom kills a baby and you call it pro-choice. You act like you're so much better than us. Yeah,
So
we know that.
judgmental.
Who told you that you so special? To a new world order. Your facts ain't facts without censoring us. Yeah, we know that. Good job, you losers.
Did he just say that everyone's not special? I'll have you know, everyone is special in their own way, okay? I'm special because I'm black.
Okay.
Look at me. Everyone has everyone has the right to be
Everyone's
called.
not special.
Yes, they are.
Everyone's not special.
Yes, they are. Are you good?
This is why.
Why?
This
what?
is why.
No, everyone is special.
This is
they're-
okay. You know what? You know what I'm gonna do?
What?
I have the power to edit your ass out of here. So either you shut up.
Censorship. And you just bitched about that.
Or I take
And
you out.
And you're gonna censor me?
Which one are you gonna go with?
All right, I'll be quiet for now.
All right then. So
You bitch
what I was
ass
saying was-
censorship.
all right,
We don't do that
you're
out
done,
here.
bro. Peace.
What? Oh.
It's like you give them a chance and then they abuse it. So what I was saying was, I remember when I was in high school doing track and field, right? Just a quick story right here. I placed 5th place in the triple jump. You know, I was pretty good, but you know, I was young, 14 or something like that. And as you guys know, ribbons or medals go to 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. I got a ribbon for participation. I felt like a huge loser. I felt more of a loser than I did before because I didn't win, you know? I don't want this. I threw it away. I'm like, what are you giving this to me for? I didn't win. Don't award me for not winning. And when I saw that happen, I was like, what the hell is going on? I never saw this ever. If you didn't win, you didn't get anything. You just go and get better. That's it. That's why I think this notion of everyone is special comes up. Oh, my gender is special. My race is special. No, you were born this way. I was born black. Ain't shit special about my skin color. I did nothing for it but be born. Actually, I didn't do that. My mom pushed me out of that hoo-ha. My dad is black. My mom is black. So this is what happens, okay? Now, if I was white, that would have been a different story. You're gonna have to talk to my mom like, hey, something's going on here. Don't tell me that gene skipped a generation. Fishy, fishy. Being able to take constructive criticism and seeing it as a valuable thing and not, you're hurting my feelings. The hell out of here.
Why they hate the flag, they try to burn it to the ground. Don't do that in front of me, I'ma let off a round.
Uh-oh.
Scream loud, burn the city down now. Put it on the news, make them all feel proud. Look, make a system where 85% of black.
I wonder if he's talking about like all of the protests that were happening during the what's it called? Last year. You guys know what I'm talking about. And then all of the riots that started happening. You know, there's a lot of peaceful protests. Let's not forget that. There's a lot of them out there. But then the freaking idiots who are doing all of this looting and stuff, that's not how you get things accomplished. Those idiots are idiots. Other point, with people burning the flag, what's my stance on that? Great thing about the United States is you have the freedom of speech. You have freedom to do that kind of stuff, you know? So it may be distasteful in some people's eyes, but you still got to understand, as Americans, you're allowed to do that. Maybe in some other countries you can't, but here you can. And so obviously it's going to piss some people off. So I can't really be mad at someone for doing it, and I can't be mad at someone for being mad at someone for doing it, you know?
Look, make a system where 85% of black people feel the prison. Is it cause they black or they make bad decisions? I ain't good at math, but it seems like it's division. Or is it white privilege?
I don't have the facts where you got those numbers from. I'm not sure, so I can't really say anything on that. The whole thing about white privilege is I would believe white privilege if every white person looked like they were privileged. Living where I'm living right now, I've seen white people in way worse conditions than I live in. It's easy to talk about white privilege and not talk about, I think, the real issues, right? It's like there's a system there to make you think that, well, white privilege is a problem, because focusing on that and not looking at the person putting their hand in your back pocket, taking your money out, is the deal to go with. And one point I gotta say, okay? For all of the people bitching about white privilege, right? And you go and buy these designer things, you go and buy these expensive cars, right? This is only for the people who complain about white privilege. Where is that money going? To the white owners of the people you say have privilege, and you keep supporting them, giving your hard-earned money? Why don't you go and find Hispanic or Asian or black business owners who sell whatever it is that you're trying to buy and buy from them? When your own kind tries to do something, don't be like, oh, I ain't paying this much, give me a discount. No, don't go to Walmart, go to your local farmer. I like farmers. Those dudes bust their asses off. You think they got privilege? No, they're under a lot of stress. The amount of loans that they had to take, and oh my God, let's not even talk about farmers and the shit they gotta go through. They feed America, people. What am I talking about here? I don't know how I got here.
Make bad decisions. I ain't good at math, but it seems like it's division. Or is it white privilege? I believe politicians
It is some
need
division.
to be locked up. Try to take our freedoms, that's how you get shot up. Got our back against the wall, try to just stop us. More guns, more ammunition, please stock up.
Uh-oh.
Election gets rigged, rights get infringed. Take this syringe, frighten your kids, show up right where you live. Make me wanna grab a rifle and just go.
You know what's funny about that elections get rigged? Rigged. What am I saying? The funny thing about that elections get rigged.
I'll tell you the funny thing about that. People like to complain when they lose. Sometimes you just gotta accept things for what it is. The left, the right, the down, the up. Everyone complains about being rigged because they don't like the results.
Oh, shit. You actually made a good point.
I always make good points.
I'm actually surprised
bitch.
about that.
Of course you are, you damn coon man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
No, I didn't thank you.
So, I mean, it is what it is. That's just going to keep happening until the end of time. So, whatever.
You act like you're so much better than us. Yeah, we know that.
I'm no better than the other man next to me. I'm myself.
Facts ain't facts without censoring us. Yeah, we know that. Good job, you lose. Here's your medal.
Your facts ain't facts without censoring us.
There's no such thing as my fact or your fact. There's a fact. 10 plus 10 is 20. That's a fact. Now don't come giving me these crazy weird math arguments, okay? 2 10s together is 20. Not 10-10. When you're told something by someone you trust, you take it as fact and you don't do any further research and fact check from the media, whichever media channel you watch, because they're supposed to be the one delivering facts, right? But they don't do that. Or they do that. They deliver a portion of the facts, but they don't give you enough. 3 white people beat up this black guy, right? But they left out the fact that there were also 2 other black guys helping them beat up that black guy. You know how the pictures get painted, and it's done the other way around and flipped and flopped and everywhere. So gravity works the same for everybody, and so should facts. Some people don't believe in gravity. Oh, I don't even want to get into that.
And everyone blames white folks for every little bitty thing. We don't have no one to blame, we take responsibility. They tell you be a man, then call it toxic masculinity. Then when you act too feminine, they call it white fragility.
Everyone blaming white folks. I think I get what he's doing here, but you know, you're saying everyone's blaming me. Just like how some other races would say, oh, all of this white privilege, you guys are doing this. You're saying everyone's blaming me. Everyone's not blaming you. So that kind of victimhood there, there is some victimhood there. You know, if I said otherwise, then I wouldn't be honest. I can't be one of these people out here who are saying everything Tom MacDonald says is straight up facts and he's the god or the next Martin Luther King or whatever it is. I can't say those kind of things because like that, I can't really agree with that because I don't think that's the case. It's just like a minority that's super loud. It seems like everyone is saying it, but it's not. If 100 people come by you and say, damn, you look good, you be like, you feel yourself that day, but then those 2 people that said you look like shit, and what the hell are those? You'll remember those 2 people because I guess our brains are just wired to focus on the negative. You just got to pull yourself out. That's why one of my goals this year is to focus on the positive stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care if people think I'm a coon or corny for liking Tom MacDonald stuff and having discussions and stuff. That's fine. I like to talk about these things. I talk about them before I even knew this guy. Come on, people.
Call it toxic masculinity. Then when you act too feminine, they call it white fragility.
You want me to be a man or not? I would much rather you say, we don't want you to be the way that you are. I wake up in the morning and I'm like this. I can't help it. That's sexual harassment. If I wake up hard, I can't do anything about that unless I cut my pee-pee off. Me saying that is now offensive to transgender because I just made a joke about cutting my pee-pee off. So now I'm gonna get canceled, right?
I don't understand trans man with humility. I'm just trying to raise my kid the best of my ability. If I disagree, you try to cancel, get rid of me. You cancer, you can't be the answer, you killing me. And I hate white supremacy.
I like that point from Mr. Adam, but let me let Tom go. I'll explain it later.
I hate white supremacy just as much as you, but I ain't feeling guilty for something I didn't do. The system's killing everyone, it sucks, but it's true. They kill you, then they broadcast it and call it the news. Or they'll brainwash you through social media feeds. And if you disagree, delete you immediately. Make America China pretty easy to see. I will always remember the land of the free.
Another point that Adam pointed out, that people have such issues with how other people are raising their kids. You understand my culture completely, right? Because yeah, your opinions matter more than mine, right? That's the problem I have with people who think they're so high and mighty telling you how to raise your child because they think the way you do things are wrong. If they're not harming that kid physically, mentally, and, you know, obviously abusing them, then why is it any of your business how this person is raising their child? You know, then if they're raising their child to hate other people, then yeah, I could see an issue with that. That's pretty messed up. You know, that's a messed up parent right there. It's a complicated and touchy subject, but who are you to, you know, because that's what you're going to be met with.
You act like you're so much better than us. Yeah, we know that.
You're so much better than us, huh? They told me I was special when I got that ribbon. I don't want to be that kind of special.
Good job, you lose, here's your medal.
Okay, so bars, flow, and sound. The beat of the song, it was alright. The flow didn't really get too crazy. Lyrically, it was alright in my opinion. What I want to ask you is honestly in the comment section down below, before and after hearing this song, is there something new that you heard that you didn't hear before, either from Tom or from someone else? Now, I'm not saying that's a problem, right? Because history is repeated and rhymed all of the time, which is fine. You know, just keeping the discussion at the top of mind or whatever, you know, however you want to phrase it. When I came into the song, I'm like, what am I gonna learn that I didn't know already, or what am I gonna hear that I didn't hear already, or how is he gonna deliver it that I didn't hear it delivered before, and is basically delivered and packaged technically in the same way as the other songs. So that's a little bit of feedback from my end and why this song was probably not as good as I thought it was gonna be. One of my biggest things with Tom, what I gotta say is, I see that he speaks about this stuff a lot, right? I think I listened to like 20 songs from Tom so far. What I would like to see more of is him speaking to, let's say, other artists or other people of different races about these topics, because obviously if the people who are following you are agreeing with your songs and like your views, then yeah, that's fine. But I want to see like a bridge to the other side to get more of a discussion going on. Just like Ryan Upchurch, what he did with the guy that reacted to him in the flag. When you're making songs like this, I don't know if you're trying to reach that other side, but if you in fact actually are, then is your method working to get to the other side? I think it would make more sense to see like a roundtable or a discussion about this and put him on the spot so he can talk about it with the other people, not just through making a song and then putting it out. At the end of the day, I want to see a discussion happening and actually real people, real discussions and real topics being spoken about, so we can get the views of these people like right there in our faces to see how people feel, you know, see the emotion, and so you can get a better insight of these people. Maybe he has done that, maybe not. I don't know. If he has, let me know in the comment section down below. Maybe I'm just talking too much. I think I am. This is a long video. Jeez, I'm signing out. Peace.